Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yuzrul. It is the 16th of November and welcome to another bite-sized holodeck happenings. Two things we're going to be covering in this episode. The first is a change to the Wrath of Khan uniforms, the single most badass uniforms ever seen on the screen, bar none. No questions, no arguments, no debates, fact, end of. You can get these in-game either for 550 Zen or I believe as a gift in various Blu-ray and DVD box sets that were doing a tie-up deal with Cryptic. However, when they were first released, the rank insignia was fixed as being a captain's rank and the colour was tied to the stripe on the tunic, as indeed the fastener still is. This got tweaked sometime recently, and it was so subtle I don't remember seeing it. Indeed, I don't think it was even in the patch notes, but the various rank badges are now available. Let's get the right tag, there we go. So you can have no rank, Lieutenant JG, and then just work your way up through the various ranks. So Captain, Rear Admiral, Vice Admiral. You can also tweak the colours as such, metallics, be it gold or silver, depending on taste. There's still no pips and squeaks for the cuff on the left arm, but that would be an absolute nightmare to reproduce. Interestingly, the badge also had a tweak, but it's been to the colour palette. Instead of the limited metallics, you now have the full selection of colours, so if you wish to render your Starfleet emblem in hot pink, you can choose to do so. You will, of course, be summarily flung out of the nearest airlock should you choose to do so, and I take no responsibility for that whatsoever. However, it is another step forward, quite a welcome one. I'm surprised they didn't trumpet it more than they did. The second thing that I want to cover in today's video is a hidden bonus in Sphere of Influence. Again, those of you who are staying up to date on matters might well already know about this, but if you don't, this is going to be handy to know if you're running an Obelisk carrier. As standard, of course, you get the blue-grade Swarmers. However, there are a pair of purple-grade Advanced Obelisk Swarmers that can be found in this mission. Normally, you would pay 50,000 fleet creds and 20,000 dilithium to get hold of those once you had got the spire up to the requisite tier, so you'd also have to wait a fair bit. However, if you extend every bridge in this section of Sphere of Influence and then pull the mission up to the point where it asks you to attempt to activate the gateway console, you can then backtrack a little to one of the Iconian bridges marked with a green icon. This just happens to be the closest one. And as well as the use console option, you will have a second way of interacting to open a hidden compartment. If you do that, you get your pair of Advanced Obelisk Swarmers and you can take them at your leisure. I believe this works for all three of the green consoles, although to be perfectly frank, you only have two hangars on the Obelisk. The Obelisk is the only ship that can use these. You are never going to need more than two hangars worth of Swarmers, unless there's something Cryptic aren't telling us. However, with that done, you can then return and finish off the mission. So if you're grinding this one for anti-proton beam arrays, or you're just rerunning it again to get both the core and the omnidirectional array, that is an extra well worth picking up. Right, my name has been Yuzrul. If you've enjoyed this video or any of the others, or if you've just found it useful, like, subscribe, do all the socials, to borrow a phrase, and I'll see you next time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go play Simon Says. Farewell.